Back at you with another episode coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com. Offer of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So, I'm here to talk about Pastor Jamal Bryant. You know, apparently he's had a lot to talk about Kevin Samuels since he died. So you got to think about it. What type of guy, what type of preacher, pastor, the great pastor Jamal Bryant, what type of pastor would talk about a man that's died, that's deceased? And he's supposed to be a God-fearing man, right? That's what they say. Not only that, you know, he said what he said on a Sunday, Sunday service and at his church. And you got to keep in mind, this type of shit has been going on forever. This is nothing new. I've seen these jackleg preachers do a lot of grimy stuff over the years, at least since I'm 11. And I've heard my parents tell stories about a lot of dirtiness that happens within these churches. So this is nothing new. You know, these jackleg preachers are the worst, really. They're the reasons why us as a people, we have a hard time getting things done. They're like, preachers are kind of like the undercover undercover informants in our community, to be honest. And it's always been, it's been that way for, I don't know, man, maybe 400 years now. So I'm going to play a little bit of this. I don't know how much I'll be able to play without getting too much echo. Hopefully it works out, but this is basically what he said. And not only did he said what he said, but the women, some of these women were laughing and they were jumping up and down like degenerates, you know, because he get them all hyped up and everything. So I'm gonna try to play a little bit of this and hopefully it won't echo too much.
If you don't have an authentic woman of God in your life who can hold you into accountability, then your gift ain't going nowhere. Many of you all are quoting that a woman ought to submit. She ain't supposed to submit to any man. She's supposed to submit to a man who is submitted under God. If he ain't submitted, don't you buck your knee. You better stand right there until you find a man. You are listening to men who have no authority. How can a man say that you are of low value after 35? How can a man say that you do not have the level of traction of a high-powered man when that man has got to get a GoFundMe for his funeral? Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. You got to be in a place where you operate in the authority of God. Look at another sister around there. Tell them it's not that I hate men. Come on, look at another sister. Say, I do not hate men. I just despise weak men. I despise cowardice men. I just ain't got time for men who are insecure about my gift. I'm not going to dumb it down because of what God got me. I don't have to lower my standard. That man got to step all the way up to deal with a queen on my level. God, deliver our community from men who can't handle anointed women. I really thought y'all were going to shout right through here. I said, deliver us from men who cannot handle anointed women. He don't even understand that's really what's attracted him to you. If the anointing of God that's on your life, that man can get hips anywhere. He can get bundles of hair anywhere. But it's very rare to find a woman that got my level of anointing that can pray and prophesy. Women of God who are anointed always got something to say.
So that's basically it. You know, he basically putting them on a pedestal, making them feel good. They jumping up and down. You know, it's the same old simp BS, you know. And then you got clowns coming up with GoFundMe pages. You know, look, Kevin Samuels was a rich dude. I've been on YouTube for a long time, you know. So I've seen his numbers, even when especially when he's on live, and I've seen his subscribers. So he don't need his family don't need no GoFundMe. This is somebody else, and even this is normal. When people die, people put up GoFundMe pages all the time because they're trying to hustle, basically. And this happens all the time. Every time somebody dies, they do it to white people too. They do it to famous people and not so famous people. They do it to well-known people and not so well-known people. So everything that you see that people are doing with Kevin Samuels, I've seen this tenfold over the past 15 years. This is nothing new online. The only difference is now is more people online today than compared to 15 years ago. And these sites like YouTube are much more commercial. They're mainstream now. That's really the only difference. But the same thing was going on, you know, now it was happening back in the day. The only difference is you didn't have well-known people and celebrities on like 10, 15 years ago. That's the only difference, you know. And you got these same jackleg preachers. They've been doing the same old thing. It's nothing changed, really. You know, see a pastor like him, most of these pastors look at Kevin Samuels as a threat because it's some of those women in his church is listening to Kevin Samuels, and they're giving Kevin Samuels money, probably 7 days a week. And 9 times out of 10, Kevin Samuels will make more money than him. And a lot of these pastors, they don't like that. You know, they feel a certain type of way about that. You know, that's so a lot of that has to do with it. You know, there's a lot of jealousy and envy that comes from that. And then because a lot of these pastors be like looking like, hey, you know, I don't even get that much money on every Sunday. And you got this guy got 10, 15,000 people on strong live 7 days a week. And he's getting probably 5,000 every time he go live or better, right? And Pastor Jamal Bryant ain't getting 5,000 every Sunday. Plus, he's getting more views than most networks on a weekly basis. So a lot of these, and plus this was during the pandemic, especially, where a lot of pastors were live streaming and they weren't getting views they weren't getting 10, 15,000 people on their streams like that. I'm talking these mega churches. They ain't getting no 10, 15,000. These networks, they weren't getting views like that. These pastors weren't getting no 10,000. Let me tell you something. Most of these pastors, when they started streaming, even TD Jakes, I like TD Jakes, even TD Jakes, they would be lucky if they got 1,000 or 2,000 people. They'll be lucky if they got 1,000 people watching them every Sunday on the live stream. I'm talking these big mega churches. And then you got Kevin Samuels is dominating them. 10,000, 50,000, 15,000, 20,000 strong. And people are donating money like crazy. 5,000, 10,000 at the end of the night. Plus he's a consultant, image consultant, a relationship consultant. Come on, man. So a lot of these pastors feel a certain type of way. And you got women in their church coming to Kevin Samuels for advice. They're not going to them for advice no more. A lot of these pastors don't like that. That's a threat. That's a threat to their funds. Kevin Samuels getting more attention than them. A lot of pastors don't like that. So that's where a lot of that jealousy and envy comes from. You know? But like I said, this is nothing new. This is nothing new, man. This type of stuff has been going on since the beginning of time, man. I don't think it's going to change either. It's going to be other people that's going to come along and they're going to do the same thing to them. But they won't be like Kevin Samuels, though, because I don't think no one is willing to put in the work like Kevin Samuels. Even me, I'm not willing to put in the work like Kevin Samuels. I'm not willing to do it. You know? But if someone comes along that pose a threat like Kevin Samuels to some of these networks and these pastors, they'll throw them under the bus too. And plus today, you got to keep in mind, it's almost popular to hate on black men. So you got to throw all that in the picture. And plus, black men, we ain't really supposed to be talking like that. How Kevin Samuels was talking. He was talking that real shit. If Kevin Samuels was a white man, well, he'd be bigger than life. He would be. You think he's popular now? If Kevin Samuels was a white man, shit, he'd be 10 times bigger if he was a white man. Because see, what it is when it comes to us, our women and even white folks have been conditioned not to listen to us. They don't like taking advice from us. They kind of, even if they have to take advice from us, like Kevin Samuels, they kind of tolerate it. You know, it's kind of like, you know, then even if you give them some good advice, they'll kind of act like, you know, you ain't supposed to be talking to me like that. Who are you to give advice like this? You ain't nobody. You know what I'm saying? You had 2 failed marriages. You know, what makes you qualified? But if he was a white man, she would have never said anything like that. If it was a white man, she would have almost none of these women would have had anything to say. He would have been her best thing smoking. And it's a double standard. And every black person know this and understand this, damn near. At this point, the only black person that would say, "Oh, I don't know what a double standard is," they're full of shit. You know, so that's how it is. A lot of us have been conditioned to be that way, and act that way towards us. You know, sometimes it's the messenger. You know, I can say the same. I can say a white guy can say the same thing that Kevin Samuels said. He'd be a superstar. He probably would be on one of these damn America's Got Talent type shows as a guest. I'm telling you, that's how big he would. That's how big the white man would be if he was doing what Kevin Samuels was doing. He would be in Hollywood right now. He would be in Hollywood right now if it was a white Kevin Samuels. That's just my thoughts. Tell me what you think. Like, share the video. Until next time, I'm out. Peace. If you like this video, share this video. And if you want to support my channel, click the thanks tab and leave me a donation. 2, 5, 10, 50. Just click whatever tab you want to donate and leave me a note and let me know how the video helped you. And you click the buy and send tab. Appreciate it.